So welcome back for some more conspiracy theories and unexplained mysteries. But before we get to the videos today, I need y'all to help me unplug some more people out of the matrix. And you do that by smashing the like button and putting hashtag unplugged in the comment section. All right, and subscribe if you're new. Let's get to it.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today I'd like to bring to your attention a potential fraud on an enormous scale happening in your county. There's now clear evidence of NASA using numerous methods to grossly mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station. During interior ISS scenes from NASA's own live feed, the use of wires, harnesses, green screens, and virtual reality have been detected to achieve the appearance of a weightless environment. Examples of this include astronauts fading in and out of the screen, green screen glitches, grabbing objects that aren't really there, pulling on invisible wires, getting tangled in their harnesses, and even astronauts appearing out of thin air. This begs the obvious question. If they're really up there, why are they using Hollywood techniques to fake the footage? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you these clips in here today, but I will be sending them to you. Moving on, outside the International Space Station, during spacewalks, air bubbles have been recorded on numerous occasions. How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space? I once questioned astronaut Scott Kelly about this phenomenon. His body language and answers only created more questions. In 2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. This happened again just last year. Air bubbles, helmets filling with water, and drowning. Are they in space or are they underwater? Now, what's really interesting is that they trained for spacewalks in an underwater pool with a complete ISS replica. Now, surely they aren't filming these spacewalks in an underwater pool and then editing them to appear if they're in space, because that sure would be something, wouldn't it? I'm calling on the Brevard County Commissioners to open a full investigation into NASA's fraudulent practices and use of taxpayer dollars. It costs NASA $3 billion per year to operate the ISS, and if they don't have a darn good explanation as to why they're faking these videos, I and the public would like a darn good explanation as to where our tax money is going. And if they are indeed faking the funk, it is our duty to expose and eliminate this fraudulent and astronomically wasteful ISS program. And look, I know what you're all thinking. The NASA is part of the federal government and you're just county commissioners. Even if what I'm saying is true, what can you do? But let me remind you, not only is this happening in your county, as public officials, you have the platform and the ability to make a statement or hold a press conference, alerting the public, state, and federal authorities to investigate further. You have the power to start the conversation. Video evidence of everything I described today will be emailed to you all, and I truly hope we can get to the bottom of this. I look forward to the day that $3 billion annual budget is put toward.
Now listen, even though me and him don't agree, right? Because I'm still not on that side of people saying that everything has been completely faked. Everything has been faked thus far. You know what I mean? And I've heard people talk about the police or the harnesses, that the green screens and different things. So to hear him present that right now was mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? I respect it because he made some valid points, in my opinion, for those who support that theory that he believes in. He talked about, like I said, the green screens, the harnesses. I didn't even know somebody's helmet filled up with water, the air bubbles. He made great points. You know what I'm saying? So if you subscribe to that theory, you might want to check him out and see what type of videos. I would love to see what type of videos he can post. Now, I've seen some where people point out on the screen what it is. You know what I mean? Look at this and this right here. I've seen some of those, but he seems like he got a lot more facts to back it up. So we need to check him out.
These people. All right. First, you'll see it there. And I put arrows so you can see. You can clearly make out that it's a fly. Kind of flies around, gets blurred, and then it's in the shot, and it's walking, and I think it's on the outside of the glass. Even if it was on the inside of the glass, it couldn't fly around in the space station properly.
This guy's doing a flip right here, and the guy next to him just reaches up and grabs a harness that's right on his hip.
I gotta pause it real quick. I'm gonna pause it because the funniest part to me, well, there's several funny parts, by the way. I don't know. But the lady in the background with the hair, it's like, did someone not think that like we've got to make her hair look like that, right? It's got to be standing up, dude. It's as hard as a rock. It's not moving. You know, it's like we must be in space. Look at her hair. Like obviously, there's this thing called hairspray. So here goes this guy doing a backflip, and then
gravity just like gravity goes away. They must have found a pocket.
Yeah, gravity goes away and he fell.
Yeah.
Or he got caught up in that harness he's wearing. Here comes the one with Senior. In the background.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
And it's obviously a guy filming with a green tennis ball in front of a blue screen.
Right.
Now the long hair is pretty funny, right? You know what I mean? No movement, gotta be hairspray. That's hilarious to me, you know? And the harness with the dude flipping over and then kind of dipping down a little bit like gravity just... It kicked in for a second and then it went away.
Right. Clearly, I mean, it's not even...
And then here's a clip of what they turned it into.
Here's his water particle. Yep. Wow.
This guy just disappears like, oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Hey, I gotta go. Yeah, what we got back there? Another green screen?
And this guy...
The ones where they're doing the... he's hanging his shirt. Like, you can see, like...
It's not even good.
You can clearly see the artist. It's like if you take your hands right now and you grab your shirt and you just pull out.
Yeah.
Like it's... Yeah. This one's my favorite right here. The guy goes to reach for...
Yeah.
Yeah, what a doofus.
But watch their thing at the end. I think this guy's always in it, man. He's the biggest clown,
He's the worst. Like, they gotta be like, hey, Bob, we gotta get you out of here, bro. Like, you're blowing our...
Look at this.
Let me reach up there. Oh, wait. Oh, kung fu.
Here, I'm gonna pause it real quick. So
we have to. We gotta expand.
So I imagine this guy in the green that's doing this flip. Like when they're practicing, they're like, "Oh, this guy's got the shit, man. He nails every flip, and you can never tell, right?" So he's like the practice king of flips. But then whenever they go to film it, he gets nervous and he spoofs it up and grabs his harness because he is the most.
He's Ray Finkel.
Yeah, terrible, man.
Buzz Aldrin admits the moon landing was fake.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest. It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Circuit breaker.
Why?
Now my question with these are is this the full clip? A lot of this stuff be chopped up. Remember that, y'all.
Has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something.
Fascinating. I remember very clearly.
Yeah, some of these videos have been debunked already with people saying that these were edited very well, might I add, is what people were saying.
I think anybody who was alive at the time does. I remember my parents waking me up and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon.
No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. So you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
I know.
Well, no, but what we saw was we all were gathered around the old curved top radio and listened.
Talking about, how many feet we were going to the left and right, and then I said, contact light, engine stop.
It was
a few
exciting.
other things, and then Neil said, Houston, Tranquility Base, the Eagle has landed. Man, how about that?
That was very exciting.
Not a bad line.
Yeah. So were you self-conscious about the entire...
Does anyone actually still watch the moon landing footage and think it's real?
Houston, we've had a problem. Main B bus undervolt. Roger, main B undervolt. Stand by 13, we're looking at it. Okay, right now, Houston, the the voltage is looking good.
I promise you will never look at the moon the same again after watching this video. Could the moon actually be a mirrored image of our whole Earth? Looks familiar, right? I don't believe in coincidence. Could this be the land that Admiral Richard E. Byrd claimed to see when he said he saw land past Antarctica as we know it? This is the oldest working astronomical clock in the world, displayed in Prague, and it's based off a geocentric understanding of the universe, not heliocentric. Now, prepare to have your mind blown.
I'll turn the music down and see what they're showing over time.
Though the federal government would have you believe that this is a view of Earth from a distance out of the spacecraft's window as it nears the moon, it is not. What they have ingeniously done is placed the camera at the back of the spacecraft and centered the lens on a circular window in the foreground, outside of which it is completely filled with the Earth in low orbit. The circumference of the window then appears to be the diameter of the Earth at a distance, with the darkened walls of the spacecraft appearing to be the blackness of space around it. That is why they wanted the interior dark and blocked out the sun from entering through the other windows. Here you can see the extruded window, probably 2 inches thick at the bottom. This is because the Earth's shine is coming in at a downward angle. It also causes the Earth to appear to be an irregularly shaped circle, for you are seeing the outside of the window at the bottom and the inside of the window at the top, which together form 2 different sized halves of a circle. Subsequently, this take was never used. As they perfected the shot, a crescent-shaped piece of black material was inset slightly into the window to create the illusion of the Earth's terminator line dividing night and day. It is uncanny.
Listen, I'm willing to listen to anybody's theories and stuff like that, but are y'all kidding me right now? So y'all gonna tell me that the view that we've seen throughout the years is come from a window, and somebody has the ability to put something in the window and give you different angle shots and different looks at it, viewpoints, to make it look a certain way? I just find that hard to believe. You know what I mean? And I get everybody saying, you know, you got your flat earthers out here. Everybody feels like NASA is lying. You know what I mean? And they don't feel like the Earth is a globe. I get that, but and that you're entitled to your opinion, and so am I. And mine is just, it's hard for me to believe that that's the case. I just don't see it.
Uncannily convincing. During this segment, intended to be edited and played back later for the worldwide television audience, dated July 18th, 1969, Neil Armstrong condemns himself as he states that he is 130,000 miles out, or halfway to the moon, as the NASA flight log also states on this date, when he is in reality in low Earth orbit of a few hundred miles.
Roger, Houston, Apollo 11. Calling in from about 130,000 miles out.
Here, during another segment, also intended to air after review, Neil Armstrong falsely explains to the viewers how the shot is attained by putting the camera's lens to the window's glass, as it would have to be if they were the claimed distance away from the Earth.
We only have one window that has a view of the Earth, and it's filled up with a TV camera.
If the window was completely filled up with a TV camera, as he stated, then an astronaut's arm would not be able to get between the camera and the window, as it obviously does here in this outtake.
South America becomes invisible just off beyond the Terminator or inside the shadow.
You can also notice how the astronaut operating the camera reacted to the mistake by attempting to pan away from it.
Blue gas. See white bands of major cloud formations across the Earth.
This is a segment that they believed wasn't even being recorded, much less suitable for broadcast, for the lens was being zoomed out and the scene was being changed to that of an interior of the astronauts at work, and apparently the stop button popped back up on the recorder without notice. Here is the diffused work light that they used to see camera controls, but not throw light onto the spacecraft's wall. Here they remove part of the crescent insert. Finally, the iris is opened up, and you can see...
Making some great points. Don't get me wrong. I don't say that none of this stuff doesn't make me think and doesn't make me question. It does. It makes me question a lot of things. It makes me look at NASA funny, sideways, and just like, can I believe anything that you say? You know what I mean? It doesn't waver me from my overall stance, but boy, they make some great points.
See the real location of the camera and the very bright and near Earth out the window. Here is the slate for the 19th of July, and the same shot of trickery on the 19th of July, and then the 20th, and the same misleading shot on the 20th. Later that evening, they were said to be walking on the moon. How can this be when they were in Earth orbit only 9 hours earlier, and the moon is some 3 days' journey away? Furthermore, if they genuinely went to the moon, why would they be faking any part of it? Why this trickery with the window? By faking being halfway to the moon, it becomes apparent that they did so because they could not even go halfway.
We did this with no budget. Look, this is the space station, right? We're looking down at the Earth. You can tell it's a space station because there's always a solar panel in the way. But this isn't really the space station. This is filmed in somebody's front yard where we just turned the camera upside down, right? We did that with zero budget.
Yeah. Yeah.
If somebody says that we don't have any photos of Earth from space, they're lying. I'm about to show you my favorite photos of Earth from space, and they keep getting better. This is the very first photo of Earth from space. There are no stars in the background because that's just not how cameras work. You can't have the same exposure for a really bright object in the foreground and really dim objects in the background. You gotta pick one or the other. This is the first photo of the Earth from another astronomical object, the moon. I love this one. This is the first full disk, true color image of the Earth. This is the very famous Earthrise photo taken in orbit around the moon. This photo is called the Blue Marble. It was taken on Apollo 17. This is unedited. There are other photos also called the Blue Marble that are edited, but this is the real unedited full one, the first one. This is the first photo of Earth from past Pluto. That's Earth. This is the first movie of Earth from space where it makes an entire full rotation. This was taken over a 25-hour period. This is the Pacific Ocean from the Discover satellite. That's Antarctica for people who say we don't have photos of Antarctica.
What about satellites? Did you know that NASA has hundreds of these satellite balloons up in the air right now? I never knew these NASA satellites existed before Flat Earth. Have you seen them? Google and many other companies have fleets of these balloons as well. Look up Project Loon. The fact that NASA and its subsidiaries hardly discuss these so-called satellites was a huge proof for me because it evinces a deliberate effort to conceal the fact that space satellites don't exist. The whitewash of these balloon satellites is evidence that they are lying about space satellites. These high-altitude balloons can carry 8,000 pounds and include telescopes, radar equipment, communications equipment, internet, etc. Here's one that almost killed some people.
Now, I know everybody's question is going to be, okay, if we don't have no satellites, then how? How do I have GPS in my vehicle and everything like that? You know what I mean? And this has been a controversy and a conversation that's been going back and forth between people as well. Some people feel like, nah, we don't have satellites. It's radio towers, underground cables and stuff like that. That is the thing that people are saying that we're dealing with and is keeping our GPS going, not any satellites, because there is no space according to them. So which side of the line do you fall? Which side do you fall on? Do you believe that there's no possible way y'all could say there was no satellites with everything that we have that utilizes those satellites? Or do you feel like that's just all a cover up as well, and we actually use radio towers and different things here in place of that? Which one do you think?
Finally, look at these actual NASA videos of satellites. They are manifestly fake. Look at this one. 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 Look at this one.
Imagine we live on a flat world. All this time we thought we lived on a round planet, huh? We have no evidence to believe that we're on a round planet, only by people telling us. But we really don't know who we are, where we came from, who the f*** is our purpose.
The world is definitely not ready to hear this. But there is no real picture of the Earth.
What do you mean?
Every picture that's been released, that's on Google and or released from NASA, is a 3D render. There's only 2 pictures the Earth claims to have in its vault. Let me show you them right now.
You're telling me that my iPhone 3G wallpaper isn't real?
That's the blue marble. The blue marble, as known from popular media and your iPhone 3, just claims to be an actual photo of the Earth from space.
It's claiming that?
You want me to show you the other one? The other one's hilarious. This is the real one, apparently.
What?
It's called the pale blue dot.
Who took that?
I've taken better pictures whenever my phone is in my pocket accidentally, bro. That's what this looks like.
Yeah, but didn't Voyager 1 take that photo, if I recall?
Like,
why do all these pictures look so fake?
If you go through Google, there's not a single one that looks even remotely real.
Don't we have pictures of other planets?
I don't think you're ready for that conversation, bro.
Saturn picture. Okay, that is too This is made with PS2.
You're really not ready for that.
Still don't think they lied to us? What the hell is that? Watch this light behind it. This is a live feed that they said they took down for technical difficulties right after this happened.
Now that is something I agree with. Them taking the live feed down always creates controversy and questions and problems and issues, because why are you doing that? Obviously you're trying to hide something by taking that down.
Still don't believe? Still don't think they lied to us? What the hell is that? Watch this light behind it. This is a live feed that they said they took down for technical difficulties.
Why don't you go to the ice wall and prove the Earth is flat, stupid flirter? This is a typical NPC line from what I like to call globe trolls. I know you'll be watching this, so take note. This is all the countries that have agreed to make any unaided exploration of Antarctica forbidden. Here's some footage of the ice wall that contains our oceans. Because, remember, water needs a container to stay level. That's just basic science. And remember, these reach to 100 feet in a lot of places, making it hard to get past.
Now everybody wants to know what's on the other side of this ice wall, quote unquote ice wall that everybody seems there to be, that's containing the water. Everybody wants to know that.
The next clip shows what happens when you try and go to the ice wall.
He will yield. You'll be thinking, that cheeky better not cross my bow. Yeah. Stop, Josh. They take it seriously. What did they say? You got to yield. You can't just fucking. They think you're going to charge them. We don't know for sure. They did say something. No, they did. They come back last night. Yeah, fucking talk to him. Actually going around. He's turning. Stop. He's turning. He is actually turning. No, he is turning. Fucking hell, what have we done now? It's turning, Josh. Just sit still.
He's slowed down, has he?
Yeah, he's really slowed down. No time we were in trouble. It's coming to us.
But how are they going to the... I'm assuming they're going... I thought they said they were going to the ice wall, right? Did you see how they were dressed? Anybody else take that into consideration and looking at them and like, dressed like that? Y'all look like y'all in Miami somewhere, you know? Near Miami or somewhere in that area.
He's got the shits because...
Channel 16, over.
16. Yeah, go ahead, mate. It's bad boys.
I think this dude's just out here fishing and got in the wrong area, possibly.
Gonna get channel 16. No.
Yeah.
Exclusion area. Please record your intention.
We're heading to the shelf to go. So we're heading out fishing. Heading out fishing. Oh, we're just heading out fishing. He's out, boys.
Exit the area immediately. Exactly.
Going that way.
Just traversing. Is there a helicopter coming at us?
Are we allowed? I don't know. What
just travel, just go.
Just go.
You sent out the chopper.
That's a drone. Is it? No. That's unreal.
One of the greatest proofs that the Earth is flat. We're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. We're orbiting in the heliocentric model of the Earth, the Sun at 66,600 miles an hour. While doing that, we're chasing the Sun at almost 500,000 miles per hour.
So if the Earth is flat, we're spinning. I didn't think a flat Earth could spin, orbit, have seasons, all this type of stuff like that. I didn't think that was possible. So to hear somebody say evidence of a flat Earth, then go on to talk about how it spins and different things like that, that seems a bit odd, right? How?
So we're corkscrewing and spinning through an infinite universe, never to return to where we were before. The Georgia Guidestones had a little hole drilled in the middle stone, and if you look through it, there is the star Polaris, our North Star. How can we be traveling in all these different directions, traveling infinite distances, and that star just always remains in that hole? There's no way it would be in that circle a day, let alone 40 years. But
then why haven't we seen past the ice wall then? If it's flat and the ice wall is, I guess, the stopping point maybe, why haven't we seen past that? Somebody would have tried to fly over that thing.
Was there?
Somebody blew it up.
Let me show you why you can't measure the size of the sun based on taking a picture or video unless you're using a proper filter. There's the sun. That's how big it is. Looks a lot bigger until you put a filter on it.
All right, let's check out some of these other pictures. I saw another one over here. This one says Drill Hill. All right. This one here. Totally looks like the Mars terrain to me. Just need the red filter. Yeah, if you go look at Mars pictures, go to Gigapan or any site that has, you can even go to nasa.gov and look at all their Mars frauds. Check out those images, they're identical to these. Yeah, just very empty. Oh, there's one of those ATVs. All right, now we're on something. Oh, we got another truck. Oh yeah, it says NASA. What's that say? Mars Project? This thing's just driving around taking pictures. Unbelievable. Actually, if you ask me, it's quite believable. But what do you think? Are they sending scientists up on ATVs to practice on the rover in a remote island in Greenland? I doubt.
Somebody just got fired at NASA for forgetting to edit the sound out.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, listen. We up.
2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston. Vector good. Ag Scott. 2, 1.
So NASA wants us to believe that they went to the moon. Yeah. I just thought if you were gonna go to the moon, maybe you should actually go to the moon. Like, how do you explain this?
Send the results to the ground. There's one that's really
Fake
exciting that's coming
NASA.
up.
Look at the
It
lights
has what they
coming
call
through
mini-brains. It's brain
the
stem
bodies.
cells put together,
The lights
and they
behind
form
them
mini-brains, which is a very simplified model.
are coming through. Look at this.
All of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now. From where we're talking to you right now. From where we're talking to you right now.
Yo, y'all are killing me. Where are y'all finding this stuff? And I instantly start looking at her hair to be like, all right, is it moving? Is it just stiff? Is it hairspray? Y'all trying to get me over on y'all side. I see y'all.
NASA photoshops images? Well, yes, but not in the way that you think. They're not taking a picture and just changing it so much to the point that they're just lying. No, NASA will take pictures with one of its various telescopes, and they will take the raw data from that image and they'll process it in such a way to bring out some details. It's like looking under a microscope. Nothing's actually being changed about the subject. You're just now able to see details that you weren't able to before. Follow for more. NASA Photoshop.
And I agree with that aspect of it, how they enhance it and use different things, which could cause people to somewhat believe that what they're seeing, or they're trying to doctor the image and stuff like that. I get what you're saying, but why though? Why do that? You know what I mean? Eventually you will be exposed, and I don't think, yeah, you go that far, that's, yeah. There's no coming back from that, including for NASA. But like I said, I always ask the question, why though? I always start there. You know what I mean? And this was a great reason as to why they do certain things to images. But listen, man, I love to continue to hear all the conspiracy theories though. This is what keeps us up at night. Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think and your opinions, what you felt was the reasons why NASA faked things and lies. Put it in the comment section. All right, till next one, I'm gone.